Money. Whether we like it or not, money is always on the line. Every single day, money decides where you live, what you eat, how you move, what problems you can solve, and which ones you can't. Money pays the bills. Money buys time. Money creates options. And without it, even the most basic freedoms become limited. In this video, I'll show you why money isn't evil, why chasing it keeps you poor, and the 3 skills that quietly separate the wealthy from everyone else. If you've ever felt trapped financially, this will change how you think forever. Most people go through life without ever truly learning how money works. They work hard. They struggle. They repeat the same cycle. And they wonder why financial peace always feels just out of reach. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Making money is not luck. It's a skill. And like every skill, it must be learned, practiced, refined, and upgraded over time. Money is not evil. Ignorance is. You've probably heard this before. Money is evil. Money corrupts. Rich people are greedy. But that belief alone has kept millions of people poor. Money itself is not evil. Greed is evil. Ignorance is dangerous. Avoidance is destructive. Money is simply a tool, a neutral amplifier. It magnifies who you already are. If a greedy person gets money, greed grows. If a generous person gets money, generosity grows. If a disciplined person gets money, discipline compounds. Money gives you options. Money gives you leverage. Money gives you the ability to help others at scale. You can't donate what you don't have. You can't build what you can't fund. You can't solve problems you can't afford to face. Wealth, when handled with responsibility, is not evil. It's empowering. The first rule: learn how to make money before investing, before saving, before thinking about passive income. You must first learn how to make money. And this is where most people fail. They stop learning once they get a job. They cap their curiosity at a paycheck. They trade time for money and call it security. But in reality, the marketplace doesn't pay you based on effort. It pays you based on value. The more problems you can solve, the rarer your skill, the bigger the impact you create, the more the market rewards you. That's why learning can never stop. No matter what market you're in, no matter what country you live in, no matter what stage of life you're in. If you want to earn more, you must become more valuable. Curiosity is the seed of wealth. Wealthy people aren't obsessed with money. They're obsessed with learning. They ask better questions. They stay curious. They study how money flows. They observe patterns. They adapt. They don't just want to make money today. They want to know, how does this work? Why does this system pay this way? What skill is undervalued right now? What will be valuable in the future? This curiosity compounds over time. If you're only focused on surviving today, you'll never build tomorrow. Wealth requires long-term thinking in a short-term world. Do what you enjoy, and take it seriously. Here's something most people misunderstand. Hard work is painful only when you hate what you're doing. When you enjoy something, when you're genuinely interested, when curiosity pulls you forward, hard work starts to feel like play. That's why chasing money alone is dangerous. Money without meaning leads to burnout. Income without interest leads to emptiness. Instead of asking, how do I make quick money? Ask, what do I enjoy learning about? What problem do I like solving? What could I do for years without getting bored? Then take that seriously. Study it deeply. Practice relentlessly. Stay consistent. Over time, you become dangerous in that skill. And when you become one of the best in the world at something valuable, money follows. Stop chasing money. Increase your worth. Here's a mindset shift that changes everything. You are not paid what you want. You are not paid what you need. You are not paid what you work for. You are paid what you're worth in the marketplace. If you're dissatisfied with your income, it's not a curse. It's feedback. It's the market saying, level up, learn a higher value skill, solve bigger problems, operate at a higher level. This is not an insult. It's an opportunity. The moment you accept responsibility for your value, you regain control. Save before you invest. Now here's where discipline enters the conversation. Before investing, before risking capital, before chasing returns, you must learn to save. Saving is proof of control. Saving is delayed gratification. Saving is protection. Without savings, every investment becomes emotional. Every loss becomes devastating. Every decision becomes rushed. Saving creates margin. Margin creates patience. Patience creates power. You don't invest to survive. You invest to multiply excess. The 3 skills that create wealth. Wealth is not a single action. It's a sequence. There are 3 skills every wealthy individual must master. 1. Learning how to make money. This is your active income, your skills, your craft, your value creation. No skill, no income. No income, no capital. 2. Saving money. This is discipline. This is restraint. This is future thinking. Saving separates earners from builders. 3. Investing money. This is where time and money work together. You invest in assets. Assets produce income. Income frees time. And eventually, you earn even while you sleep. Assets are the exit door. Here's the part most people never reach. Assets are what break the cycle. Assets are things that generate income, appreciate in value, work without your constant presence. Businesses, equities, real estate, intellectual property, systems. When you invest in assets, you stop selling only your time. You build leverage, and leverage is what creates freedom. Why this knowledge matters. This is not taught in schools. This is not taught at most jobs. This is not taught to keep you free. Because a person who understands money is harder to control, harder to exploit, harder to trap. Learning how money works is how you stop being recruited for survival. It's how you design your life instead of reacting to it. Final thought. Wealth is not about greed. It's about growth. Growth in skill. Growth in discipline. Growth in responsibility. If you commit to learning, if you invest in yourself, if you build value patiently, money becomes a tool, not a master. And when money works for you, you finally get to live on your terms.